This is exactly what you should be doing. And I'm going to utilize one of my students, one of my favorite clients, Sarah, as an example of what happens when, let's say, you've been trying and trying over and over again when it comes to your fitness journey, and you just feel like you've hit that wall. You know, you're going every day, you're hitting the gym, you're trying to eat healthy, but nothing just seems to be working. And I want to use her as an example because she was struggling with this in the beginning before I met her, right? And when she first went through my program, the biggest thing that we shifted was her mindset, and then from mindset to nutrition, and from nutrition to working out, and that literally changed her entire physique. But most importantly, it gave her a life-changing transformation, meaning she lost 45 pounds and now has maintained that 45-pound weight loss for the past year. And now we're more in a body recomposition change, which is basically building more muscle to change her physique, most importantly to enhance her appearance. Now, the reason why I want to share this is the very beginning. This is most likely a lot of you. You know, in the beginning, you're at a place where you just feel like nothing's working.
4 or 5 days a week, just pushing, but getting no results.
And this was her in the very beginning. She literally didn't even want to do this. She wanted to quit. She wanted to give up. And for me, you know, I'm always a type of person where I look for the best in everybody.
Well, like you said, from day one, you had to start pushing me from day one. You wanted me to do that Sugar Crush challenge. I said yes, and then I tried to back out.
And one thing I saw is she was already working out. She was already consistent. She was already doing what she needed to do when it came to just doing the basics, which is just showing up for yourself and just trying. And when you just want to show up for yourself and you just try, eventually you're going to crack the code. So for her, I wanted to help her crack the code a little bit earlier. And this is basically how we did it. So one thing I'd say the first 3 months, it was a little bit rocky. The reason why I say it was rocky was not the fact that we weren't losing weight. It was the fact that she had to relearn and rechange her pattern, which is one of the hardest things for a lot of people. It's actually realizing that there's another way and utilizing that way and sticking to it over time.
How much have we accomplished so far?
Oh, I mean, aside from the fact that I've lost 40 pounds, like that's just the one thing. I mean, my mind, my confidence, the inches, I don't even know, the experiences, these first, experiences I've had, just feeling and looking like somebody I haven't looked like before. And all this crazy stuff's been happening to me lately. I can't even, I don't know. Sometimes I don't have words.
A lot of people once they, start 3 weeks and they're like, this way, this has been working, but it's not fast enough. So therefore they lose that patience, they lose it all, they plateau a little bit, and they think, oh, this is the end all be all, but that's not true. And for her, we were going through that within the first 1 to 3 months, right? And the biggest thing that we wanted was to change, lose weight. Most importantly, adhere to nutrition while being able to enjoy your weekends, adhere to a way of working out, which is not just cardio, but based on weightlifting, based on actual sets, reps, and actually progressively overloading to build muscle, right? And for her, within, I'll say first 3 months, we plateaued. But the thing is, the plateau was a good thing. And the reason the plateau was a good thing was because the plateau was basically her body just building muscle because she's never really strength trained before. All she was doing was cardio. So that's going to cause her to put on a little bit of weight. But it wasn't bad weight. It was good weight, which therefore helped her within the last 3 months. Boom, out of nowhere, 45 pounds total. So we went from 10 to like another 25 within 3 month span. And you guys can see the results right here, right? And the biggest thing that helped was changing your mindset, changing the way she was working out, actually looking at her nutrition, not saying, hey, let's follow a diet, but let's find a way to incorporate a high protein breakfast, lunch, and dinner for you that serves you, your time, and what you can actually do on a daily basis, which is basically building a foundation. And
like the strides I've taken in like my nutrition and what I eat and how I think of food has drastically changed.
Foundation. And she still has that foundation to this day, 2 years later. Why? Because that foundation is the thing that helps her, sets her up for a week, so therefore she has more control over what she's eating, most importantly how much she's eating, which is going to help her attain more and more when it comes to her goals. And a lot of people might find that exhausting to do that for, let's say, 2 years straight. But it's really not, because she chose this. Is it more exhausting to keep trying every diet on the planet, looking for like the secret one? Or is it more exhausting just finding a way to eat healthy while adhering to your macros, so therefore you can stay consistent over a long period of time? Because a lot of people want that secret that just works fast. But the people that actually look at the nutrition and get a handle on it have a much bigger difference than the people that just say, screw it, let me just follow this Atkins diet, let me follow this keto, because it worked for her, it was gonna work for me. It worked for him, it's gonna work for me. Those people are usually just in that circle. And she was in that circle. And the only way to get her out of that circle is to look at her nutrition and actually do things that make her change the way she eats and looks at food. And once you learn these things and you hone in these habits, you hone in these foundations, that's when things change. And yeah, now we've been working together for about 2 years. And the reason why I prefer this way of training, this way of basically going through your journey, is because it's going to help you actually understand what fitness and nutrition is, but most importantly, show you how you can balance it out in your life, where it's not overwhelming, it's not complicated, and it's not something that it's not something that, where you think like some hard math test, once you go through that, where it's like a hard math, sort of like, we're done with that. So the biggest thing is, you need to find ways to actually make this enjoyable, right? And 2 years later, she loves this, and you can tell that she loves it because there's just newfound confidence. Just the way she talks, the way she actually, looks at her food and asks questions now. It's more in depth and actually asking questions more about like what she's doing now versus what was happening in the beginning. The questions completely changed because now it's not coming from like a mindset of, "Ooh, this might not work." It's coming from a mindset of, "This is working now. What I need to do to get to that next level." And that's the biggest and beauty of like actually training when it comes to strength training, macros, and actually tracking it, is once you get to that goal, you can actually utilize what you have right now to build you up for the next goal. So therefore, you look at the numbers, you look at the stats, because they never lie, and they help you and propel you towards that next step. So yeah, learn your macros, find ways to stay consistent, really get a handle on your nutrition. And if you do that, I promise you everything will change for you. But yeah, with that being said, we have a great day. Stay beautiful, stay blessed. Peace.